Hello and welcome to today's broadcast.
You're
Today
welcome.
we are going to be talking about what type of diet plan you should follow. We're going to offer a little bit of our advice and ask you to think about some things in your own everyday life which might help you determine how you should actually be feeding yourself. So welcome, my name is Diane and this is
Michael?
And on Fridays, we come together and discuss a topic that is relevant to our aging community and this lifestyle that we are incorporating or maybe figuring out. Yeah, as we are going through this aging process. So welcome. The first half of this video or talk today is us kind of sharing our thoughts, and then we open up the second half of our time together here to answer questions and welcome everyone to our community. So we ask that you please leave a comment in the comment section so that we know that you're here and we have an opportunity to have a two-way discussion while we are broadcasting, and then we will follow through with that when we repost this on our YouTube and Facebook page as well. Always make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you are joining us new. That way you know when we go live or upload new content. So today we want to talk about diets. And when we say the word diet, we mean the true sense of what a diet is. So a packaged plan predetermined by someone else that we as a society or as a consumer might subscribe to as the be-all end-all for us because we had some emotional connection to the sales process or some emotional connection to the testimonials or the before and after pictures. We know we have been subject to those types of decision-making processes with diets.
A lot over the years.
Yeah, and in all honesty, some worked and some didn't. The truth behind diets, though, is that for the most part, they are designed as a temporary fix to a pain point you are currently feeling as the consumer. And then once that plan is over, if you haven't established a true lifestyle change for yourself, whatever results you gained while you were following that diet will swiftly go away as soon as you
Go
stop
back to your old self.
practicing, exactly what was in the box. And so we really encourage in our community to take the time to think and ask yourself some questions about what it is you're buying into, and is that realistic for you in the long run, and does it fit authentically into the lifestyle that you want to live. And if you have to step away from your life too much, then what often happens is we get into that yo-yo type of mentality, or for a lot of us, myself included, we fall victim of the failure mindset, meaning we can't follow to a T what someone else has designed for us, therefore we must be a failure. And what we fail to really consider is that that plan had no regard for us.
And that's kind of why we associate that word with failure. I mean, you associate a diet with you're gonna fail again, and it's a. I mean, we used this title today, but we definitely don't like that word.
Right, and we don't like it because a diet is really not a lifestyle. A diet is a quick fix, just by the means of what it is that we're buying into, and it's designed and developed for the mass population and not the individual person. Michael and I have been married and living together and eating off the same type of plan nutritionally for almost 20 years. And what we have really found is that we have different nutritional needs and we have different metabolisms. And he's a regular old man who can follow what I'm doing and lose weight 10 times faster than I can. And we have to realize that we have our own individual DNA and body chemistry and metabolism and hormone setup. And so if we follow someone else's pre-designed plan to a T, we might find that we are once again disappointed and cannot incorporate that into our everyday life.
Yeah, and you really have to figure out what works for you as an individual, and I think it's taken us a while to figure that out. And I know for myself, the last couple of years I've really zoned in on, I mean, since I've been living this intermittent fasting lifestyle, I've really zoned in on what works for me. And what I thought worked for me didn't necessarily work, and I've always felt kind of proud that, hey, I can eat whatever I want. And, my weight kind of, I fluctuate a little bit, but, I can eat the glutens and I can eat the, cheeses. I can eat whatever I want and I'm usually okay. And I think since I've cleaned up my diet with this lifestyle, boy, have I become really sensitive to any type of cheese. I think the only cheese that I can really have, and I have to have it in moderation, is the Manchego cheese. I can do that, but anything else, man, that stuff will tear me up.
Right.
I'll be tossing and turning in bed because and then you don't really relate what it is that's causing you to feel that way, because you're just so used to being in a habit of, well, I've always been able to have some cheese on a hamburger or a sandwich or whatever. Well, it's not the case anymore,
Right.
Especially as you start to get older and your body and your diet starts to change. So that's something I've really noticed about my diet.
And so what do we suggest, or what have we experienced? And from my experience coaching women in nutritional choices and creating a lifestyle that really does last, and getting out of this diet mentality, is you have to listen to you. You have to listen to what your body's trying to tell you when you introduce food into your system. And the best way to do that is going through this practice of intermittent fasting, because when you're completely emptied out, and like Michael just shared, once you go through that little detox phase and you balance yourself back out, as soon as you put something into your body that your body cannot break down or doesn't tolerate chemically, it sends you a signal, and it sends it loud and clear. And oftentimes what happens is we go, oh, must be what we did when we were fasting. Well, if you do nothing when you're fasting, then the real approach we should make mentally with that is, no, it's what you chose to do during your feast, and it's affecting how you're feeling because you created this amazing opportunity to notice the signs and signals.
And don't you think that's probably because I think when we were growing up as kids, even as young adults, we've always associated with, wow, I don't feel good, man, I probably should eat. And I think still to this day, sometimes I feel that way. I go, well, wow, man, I was kind of thrown, I didn't sleep very well, and I feel like my digestive system's kind of thrown off. Like, ooh, I probably really need to eat, and like Diane's saying, it probably goes back to what you ate
Right.
the day before. But you are so much in that practice of, ooh, I probably, because your parents probably taught you that as well, right? Like whenever you felt bad, what did they say? Get something in you. Get something in you.
I'm tired. I should eat. I'm bored. I should eat. I'm good. I should eat. You're bad. Eat this. Yeah. So it does take personal ownership. Stop relying on other people to tell you how you should eat. The paleo diet is not the perfect diet. The ketogenic diet is not the perfect diet. The carnivore diet is not the perfect. The plant-based diet is not the perfect diet. The perfect diet is the one where you stop following a diet and you create a nutritional plan for you that really does allow you the opportunity to look and feel your best and live your most authentic life. How do you figure that out? Trial and error, and putting things in your body and seeing how you feel and staying conscious in that state so you can make good decisions moving forward, and being honest with yourself about whether that is worth it or not. Is it worth it to look that way after you eat something and your body's all inflamed and retaining water? Is it worth it for you to wake up the morning with a foggy brain and feel lethargic and fatigued? Is it worth it for you to fill in the blank, whatever it is that you have to make compromises for, because your body's speaking to you and letting you know something's not working, and you don't want to be honest with that? And trust me, I've cried about it. I've had little pity parties about it. I've had to go through this process myself of going, is it worth it to me to eat corn chips at a Mexican restaurant when I don't know what the oil is that they're using, and wake up the next morning and have my brain not work, or have bags under my eyes, or whatever it was that the side effect was it worth it? And for several months, I felt like it was, until my priorities change and my value system change. And I thought, why am I going to spend a bunch of money on skincare products to get rid of bags under my eyes when it's just easier to not eat the chips? And so you have to really go through this. What is it worth to me? Am I willing to make that compromise? And why am I doing this in the long run? And when you can really sit down with yourself and answer those questions honestly, it's so much easier to figure out your own personalized nutrition plan, because there's just certain things that you're not going to be willing to compromise.
And something important you said, trial and error. And I think that what I've discovered, or what we've discovered together through trial and error, is living this lifestyle is taking everything out. When you take everything out, and you're into a long fast, then when you introduce food, you can see like what things affect you and what things don't affect you. But if you keep eating, and something's bothering you, you don't really know what's bothering you, because or what's not working for you, because you never give your body a chance to recoup. So if you give your body a chance to recoup, and then you're introducing something, you go to bed, you don't feel good, you wake up, you don't feel good, like, well, you can associate that thing at least.
Right.
And it might be different than what that thing is for someone else. Like Diane was saying, when someone's giving you a diet plan, and they say, well, you should eat this, well, that might tear you up. I know for me, I can eat, recently I had some broccoli and cauliflower with some sauce on top of it. Man, I thought I was going to die when I went to bed, you know?
Right.
I just don't process broccoli that well. But there's a lot of vegetables out there that don't cause me all the discomfort and gas and those sort of things. So my point is, you really have to zone in on what is affecting you in your diet. And sometimes you can't do that till you clean out and reintroduce, and then as you move on from there, you can kind of identify what works for you. And it might not be those things on someone else's plan. Like I said, it just might not work at all.
And the other part about following someone else's predetermined diet plan or meal plan is also how it's worded, is that what if they include food in there that you don't like? So I know I've followed diet plans before, and I went, okay, don't eat this, don't eat this. That person who made the plan might enjoy it, but I personally don't like that kind of squash baked in the oven, or squash in general. And so how do you follow a plan when there's someone else's tastes that have incorporated the food and there's no alternatives for you? So again, you feel like, oh, I must be failing at this because I can't adapt to it. And that's not true. As grown people, we should know enough about what food does to us, what food means to us, because the meaning of food is also super important to identify with. And how can we live our life most authentically? Because we all have different regions as well, and different access to food and different stores, and not all things are in every part of this world. And so we have to be able to adjust for us and what is most convenient for us, what fits into our budget, what fits into our family lifestyle, what fits into our customs, what fits into our celebrations. And we can't follow someone else to a T and do all of those things. So our recommendation is create your own meal plan, create your own diet, create your own nutritional lifestyle, and call it something. We have the Parham family way of eating, and that's the way we eat. And we don't put any other labels on that, and we adjust and ebb and flow and trial and error our way through it. And it is really serving us well, and we don't require every single person in our family to eat exactly the same way either, because we are all chemically different metabolisms, different stages of hormonal fluctuations in our life, and so you have to be open to that as well.
And it's so nice to not live by a label. I mean, like, once you stick that label on, I mean, we've had people put labels on us to go, well, I thought you were a vegan. Well, no, we'll eat a vegan style type of a diet, but we're not vegans. You know, we might start eating meat, but we're not carnivores. You know, we might eat paleo style, but we don't follow a paleo diet, because we like the flexibility of knowing what works for us. And I mean, the bottom line is, you want to enjoy food. I mean, food is a great source of celebration and nutrition, and like Diane said, you know, rituals and lifestyles. There's so many great things to food. I love food. We both love food, you know, but there's a way to eat things, enjoy it, love it, and not have it make you miserable.
Yeah,
you know?
and so don't think that just because you're practicing an intermittent fasting lifestyle that you had to become food phobic either. I really caution that, especially inside my courses. Like, we don't want to become food phobic people because we understand the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting. I'm a foodie. I love me some food, but I also know the benefits of what a fasted state can do for me, especially as an aging woman. So I've learned to appreciate food when I'm feasting and appreciate fasting when I'm fasting, and not intertwining the two, and then know what it takes to make myself feel my best. And sometimes people don't even know that food is affecting them in a negative way because they've been feeling bad for so long that they think that's the norm. Then when you put yourself into a situation where you're establishing an intermittent fasting type of lifestyle, or you reap the benefits of really taking advantage of a fasted state and identifying the foods that are no longer working for you, and you start to feel amazing, then you're like, whoa, why was I settling for feeling just okay? Or I didn't even know I was feeling bad. I didn't know I could feel this good. So that's another thing to really think about too. If you've been feeling bad for so long, do you even know what feeling amazing is like? And then once you get to that experience of feeling amazing, you won't ever want to jeopardize that because of food, ever, because feeling amazing is the best feeling in the world for sure.
And if, you know, something you got to be aware of, if the food industry is telling you that a certain food is good for you and it's okay, you should question that too. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I mean, like, you ever question, like, why is it everybody's having a hard time with dairy right now? Why is it everybody's having a hard time with gluten sensitivity? That's not a coincidence. I mean, there's people we know that live in our neighborhood that are having all kinds of issues with gluten sensitivity and celiac and all kinds of stuff. Like, why is that? So, I mean, so you have to kind of question that, and like, just because the government says, oh, this is good, or it's on TV, I mean, you got to be aware of that too. You still have to check and see how it works for you.
Yeah, and carbohydrates are not a bad thing. They just have to be put in their proper place and managed well, and make sure that you're leaning into the right carbohydrates so that you're not putting yourself in some sugar-related diseases either. So there's no such thing as bad food. We truly do believe and try to get the message across here that there's just food that might be bad for you, and then you have to identify those, and then don't be the judgy person when someone's eating differently than you. They're eating differently than you because they're different from you, and we should respect and honor the fact that people are putting the work in, figuring themselves out. So we're going to go ahead and go over to YouTube and welcome everybody and answer any questions or comments that you have over there. Facebook, make sure you put some comments in the comment section as well, and we'll get those as well. Michael, you want to check our community group and see if there's anything in there? Okay, so let's see. Jeanette, oh no, Deb's here. Hello, my favorite peeps from Ohio. Don't get to catch live much. September 2017 grad. Deb, love having you on live with us, girlfriend. I know you're super busy, so we always appreciate when you can spend time with us. DM Thomas, good afternoon. Gladys, greetings from Chicago. Jeanette, hello, first time subscriber. Fasting has been part of my life, but very infrequently. I'm interested in a fasted lifestyle. Girlfriend, a fasted lifestyle, or an intermittent fasted lifestyle, I guess is what we should say, is an amazing thing. And once you jump all in and go all in with fasting, it's fabulous. Then you can just kind of control what hours you're fasting, and then you're not jumping in and jumping out. It's just what you live, and you ebb and flow with your life for sure. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for being a new subscriber. We appreciate you. Shulamit, Diane, and Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Girlfriend was sick. Good to come back. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you were sick. Hopefully you're feeling better. I know the flu is nasty right now and going around in a lot of places, so glad you're back. When in doubt, remember, girlfriend, you want to fast it out. And then Tracy, what can I eat after my intermittent fasting? That you have to figure out. So you have to figure out how you're going to break your fast, how many hours you're going to feast, and then make sure that the foods that you're feasting on support what it is you're doing in your fasting window. Oftentimes it's the other way around. We fast to feast, and I always recommend you feast to fast. So make sure whatever you're doing in your feasting window will support your next fast, so that you can get through it with ease and enjoy the energized sense of calm as well. So you got to put some work into that one, Tracy, for sure. And Teresa, hi Michael and Diane, happy Friday, September 2018 grad. Girlfriend's good to see you on with us. Deb, I want your shirt dyed. Girlfriend, you didn't get one when we were selling this? Email me. I'll see if I have any extra laying around in my closet that I can send your way. Sunset Inc., Cindy from Kansas City. Dorian, hello from Ohio. Aaliyah, I really like your no diet and listen to your body philosophy. Yeah, Diets are no fun. It makes you feel like you're super restrictive and you're not allowed to do things. We should be allowed to do whatever we want. We just have to be willing to face the consequences of that and understand that there might be some side effects that aren't what we thought they would be. So as long as you're willing to accept all those things, you should be able to do whatever you want to do in your feasting window without judgment or blame or ridicule or self-sabotaging kind of thoughts. So just make sure you're thinking about those things as too. Bonita, hello from Michigan. I always listen to my body and I feel great. Love fasting. Girlfriend, good for you. You're ahead of the game. Carolina, my body loves everything and I don't ever feel bad. Well, you're a lucky one for sure. Congratulations on doing that. Rita, that's what I'm going to do. Take everything out for a while. Yeah. Fasting creates an amazing built-in detoxing and what we used to call the elimination diet type of setting for your body. So just take out all the things that are obviously known to cause problems. Gluten, dairy, soy are usually the big three, and then start experimenting for there. I always recommend when you're trying to figure out or pinpoint food intolerances, do it for a week. So take things out that you know are known problems for 7 days and then incorporate one new thing every week until you really identify with what are the things that are causing you to not look and feel your best. Looking and feeling your best are the two things you're looking for, because when I was having problems with corn, and it's corn additives, it's not corn on the cob type of corn, so corn syrup and corn starches and those kind of things, I would wake up with bags under my eyes. And I didn't feel bad. I just woke up and didn't like the way my face looked. And so when I excluded all of those things, the bags went away. And so looking is also one of the things we want to pay attention to after you eat something for sure. Let's see. Dinah, I've been intermittent fasting since April 2019, September 2019 grad, 22 pounds lost, but most importantly, I feel marvelous. Good for you, girlfriend. The feeling marvelous to me is always the bigger win than the weight loss, because without feeling marvelous, you can't even enjoy the weight loss. So congratulations for you for getting both of those on your journey. Teresa Bauer, February 2019 grad. I just went through this in the past week and emptied myself and found what was the cause of my stomach issues. Great advice as always. Listen to your body. Fasting 16 to 20 plus hours. Yeah, good for you, girlfriend. That's a big win for sure. And then Brenda, I've been experiencing hair loss from the root to the scalp since I've been doing the intermittent fasting while trying to correct this with what I eat. Is there a supplement you would recommend? Yeah, a big thing for hair loss is biotin. For sure, so you want to probably get some of those type of supplements in your body. And then if you go to my or email me if you want, and I'll give you the name of the prescription shampoo and conditioner, not prescription, but it's medicated shampoo and conditioner that I used. I had a bald spot right here, and it really helped reverse it and help my hair grow back really quickly. So if you email me at dianeparhamfitness@gmail.com, I'll give you the link to those things. And then you want to check your carb intake as well. So make sure you're adding a little bit more carbs in, the good carbs, and see if that kind of helps balance it out too. It happened to me when I went too deep in my carb reduction. And Laquita, hello, I'm a newbie starting tomorrow. Girlfriend, good. Hopefully you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you'll know when to jump on live with us. And Charlotte turned 60 yesterday, visited my family doctor, said that I'm feeling the best ever. He asked me what I'm doing. I told him about you, and he was so amazed that he asked me to send him links. Awesome, girlfriend. Yeah, you are one of our poster children for, poster women, I guess I should say, we're not children, poster women for this lifestyle for sure. You've done the work and you've incorporated the changes and you've been listening to your body, and that is showing for sure. So congratulations to you and happy belated birthday, girlfriend.
Happy birthday.
You are taking advantage of everything aging has to offer, and I'm super proud to have you here in our community with us for sure.
That's awesome. Okay, so over on Facebook, we have Ginger's here. She's a 2019 course grad. Sue is here. She says, happy Friday. She's a 2019 grad. Thanks for all you share in our community. So inspired by the two of you. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. And then we have Ginger. She says, love your bottle video.
Oh, are you talking about the how I drink my water video? Is that the one? I'm glad it helps.
Ginger said, so sorry. Avocados get me.
That's okay.
Melinda, she says, recently diagnosed with NASH. Have been IFing for about a year.
What is NASH? Do you know what NASH is?
Don't know.
Okay, so tell us what NASH is. Melinda, so we all know what
Yeah,
that
her
means.
message got cut off.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so Sharon says, April 2017 grad. She's an OG
Oh, geez,
in the house. I am rebooting my fasting lifestyle. My why was not strong enough to keep me disciplined and focused.
Got to have a strong
Awesome.
why. If you don't have a strong personal and emotional commitment to intermittent fasting, then it's just a diet. And you will fall off, and life will happen, or friends will pressure you, or think you're weird, or whatever. And it's easy to derail yourself when you don't have a deep-seated why. So for me, my why for this is the only lifestyle I live is because I want to be healthy and mentally and cognitively available to my family in the future. And I've already seen and felt signs of Alzheimer's, and I've already been diagnosed with sugar-related diseases. So if I don't have a deep why, then I could easily go astray as well. So I'm doing this for my kids who are just teenagers, and I'm doing this for my future grandkids who I want to be part of their life mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I won't be that grandmother if I don't take care of myself now. So make sure your why is held in your heart, and it's personal and emotional to you. Like you want to, like you'll get goosebumps, the hairs on the back of your neck will stand up, you'll want to cry. It is so deeply rooted in you as a person that nothing will derail you from this, and then this just becomes who you are, and there's no questions and no explanations needed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, we apologize for the noise. They're building a, what do you call those things? They're building a pool, but then there's a pool cover thing that they're building, and it's
Gazebo.
A gazebo, is that what it is?
Yeah, so there's construction.
So they're making a lot of noise out there.
And then Holly, hi, Diane and Michael from the villages in Florida. This is the best lifestyle program ever. It is. Oh my gosh, you guys. And you know the amazing part about this lifestyle is that it is so inexpensive and it's so easy. And oh gosh, I used to carry around insulated lunch bags and little portioned out containers and Ziploc baggies everywhere I went, and man, I've gotten so much time back and so much energy back and so much money back, and it really is the thing that's really been super fun for us, and we do treat it like it's super fun. And I think when you get that mindset about it too, it's not a drag. You don't have to do this. It's a choice that you're making. And when you really start thinking about all the opportunities you have and the fact that you can do this, you can choose to take care of yourself. Oh my gosh, it's just super fun.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
I have Mary Sue. She says hello from West Virginia, I believe that is.
Awesome.
And we have Powell.
Latanya?
Latanya, she says she's down 6 pounds.
6 pounds. Girlfriend, you were in our January class, right? Because that Powell name is so personal to me.
Yeah,
It's my family. My family name. Yeah. Definitely works, but you must remember to eat the way you two specify. I found out the hard way. Hey, we found out the hard way too. And I think that's the best way to find out. I never tell anybody what to eat. I never say that you did anything wrong. I ask you to think. How'd you feel when you did that? Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally, how did you feel about that? And how's that working for you? How's that serving you? And if it's not serving you well, then the next time you're in that food situation, make a different choice. And it doesn't even have to be that's the wrong choice or a better choice. Just make a different choice and then see how that one serves you. And if it serves you better, that's the one you go to more often than not, for sure.
Yeah.
Laquita, hello Diana Manubi, what time tomorrow do we start? We do a live Q&A inside of our intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman community at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, and this is for all of my February course members. So I'll see you guys live just kind of like this inside of our community at 10 a.m. I'll answer very specific course related questions. I don't give the course away in our live Q&A, but I know some of you are coming in new and you're a little bit nervous and you think you have to go do a grocery haul. We don't have to do any of those things, and I answer all those questions tomorrow for you. Then we officially start on Sunday with our first lesson in our course. So I get you guys started and calm your nerves and make sure everybody can log in and stuff tomorrow at 10 a.m. For those of you who haven't yet joined our intermittent fasting course for February, we do have the registration link still open. We officially close registration at noon, but we leave it open unofficially through our live tomorrow. So make sure you check your email if you haven't gotten in yet and you want to get in. There's still time. And if you're in our community group for intermittent fasting on Facebook, we left a link specifically for you as well to get joined up. in 3 weeks, you guys can start establishing this lifestyle and have some of these testimonials that a lot of our graduates have as well. It's a mindset thing, and that's really what we focus on in our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, is the mindset we have about feeding ourselves, and why are we continuing to punish ourselves, and why are we not taking advantage of an opportunity we can have to look and feel our best and create this amazing and authentic lifestyle for ourselves. So intermittent fasting is easy. I always say life is what makes it hard. And so we help you work through those life things while you're in class with us. So welcome to everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. And for everybody else, have a great weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Enjoy your Super Bowl parties if you're going to a Super Bowl tomorrow or Sunday.
Who do you like? Who do you like? Let us know real quick. Who do you like in the Super Bowl?
We're 49er fans, right? No?
No, I gotta go for Mahomes. My homie, Mahomes.
Oh, well. We're California people.
I'm not a Kansas City fan, but, you know, hey.
He likes the Kansas City quarterback because he looks like our son. So he's going to root for...
Stud, so
he is good.
I gotta go with Mahomes.
Right. So have fun at your Super Bowl parties, but remember, what you do, the decisions you make at your Super Bowl party on Sunday will hit you on Wednesday or Thursday, or will hit you Monday morning when you have to go to work. And will you remember whatever it is you decided to do at that Super Bowl party and how you made that decision? Because in the moment...
Who do y'all like? I don't see anything.
In the moment, it felt good. You'll be feeling that in a couple of days. And will you remember that, or will you beat yourself up and start those self-sabotaging thoughts and forget that you were at a Super Bowl party and you made those choices? So go into it prepared. Me and Michael always go into those situations with each other's back. We set boundaries before we go, and we make sure that we support each other. So make sure you guys have a plan in place so you don't end up kicking yourself on Wednesday or Thursday. 49ers.
What about you guys on Facebook? Who do y'all like? Or do you not care? Are you just watching the game? Or are you not going to watch the game?
Right. Okay, cool. Well, let's get out of here so we can get everybody back to their life. We'll see you guys. If you have any questions about anything, always feel free to email me. I make sure I check my emails frequently so I can get to you guys for sure. Seahawks fan, but rooting for the 49ers.
All right. Okay.
So, guess you're on your own on that one. All right, you guys have a good weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.